Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Simple English Talks. I'm so happy you're here with us today. Whether you're listening on your morning commute, at home with a cup of tea, or on a walk outside, we are really glad you joined us. My name is Aljenib, and as always, I'm here with my wonderful co-host.
Hey there, I'm Gakrux, and it's so great to be back. Aljenib, before we start, how are you doing today? Because I feel like something exciting is coming in this episode. I've been thinking about it all week, honestly.
I'm doing really well, thank you for asking. And yes, I think you're right. Today's topic is one of those topics that really makes you stop and think about your life. I was actually lying in bed last night thinking about it, and I couldn't fall asleep. You know how that goes.
Oh, I totally know that feeling. Your brain just won't stop. So today, listeners, we're talking about something that affects all of us. Whether you're learning English, building a new habit, starting a business, or working toward any kind of goal. We're talking about why small goals are actually more powerful than big dreams.
That's right. And by the end of this episode, you'll understand the difference between a dream and a goal. You'll learn some really useful vocabulary for talking about goals and progress. And you'll have some practical ideas you can use starting today. We're going to keep our English clear and simple, so don't worry, you've got this.
We also have a question for you right now, at the start. We want you to think about this. What's one big dream you have right now? Maybe it's speaking perfect English, traveling the world, or starting your own business. Write your big dream in the comments below. We love reading your answers, and it helps us understand what you care about.
Yes, please share. And while you're down there in the comments, please hit the like button and subscribe to Simple English Talks if you haven't already. It really helps our channel grow, and it means we can keep making free English lessons for you every week. Every like and every subscriber makes a huge difference. Thank you so much.
All right, let's dive in. We're going to start by talking about what the difference is between a big dream and a small goal, and why that difference really matters for your success and your happiness.
So, let's start with the basics. What is a big dream? A big dream is something you really want in the future. It's often far away, and it can feel a little vague, like a picture in your mind that isn't totally clear yet. For example, someone might say, I want to be fluent in English. That's a dream. It's wonderful, but it doesn't tell you what to do tomorrow morning.
Exactly. And a small goal is different. A small goal is specific, it's clear, and it has a time. For example, instead of saying, I want to be fluent, you say, I will learn 10 new English words every day this week. That is a small goal. You know exactly what to do. You can start right now. You can check it off when you're done.
I love that example. So the structure is really simple. A small goal has 3 parts: what you will do, how much or how many, and when. For example, I will read 1 English article every morning before breakfast. What, how much, and when. That's the formula. It sounds simple, but it's so powerful.
Let's try a few more examples so you can really hear this. I will practice speaking English for 15 minutes every evening. That's a small goal. I will write 3 sentences in English before I go to sleep tonight. Small goal. I will watch 1 English video on YouTube every Saturday morning. Small goal. Can you hear the pattern? Can you try to make your own small goal right now? Pause the video and try, then write it in the comments. We really want to read it.
Now, here's the important question. Why are small goals more powerful than big dreams? Think about it this way. If your big dream is to climb a very tall mountain, you can't just jump to the top. You have to take 1 step, then another step, then another. Each small step is a small goal, and each step gets you closer to the top. Without those steps, the mountain is just something beautiful you look at from far away.
And there's something really important about small goals that I love. They give you energy. When you finish a small goal, your brain feels good. You feel proud. You feel motivated to do the next one. But when you only have a big dream and no small steps, you often feel overwhelmed. You think, this is too big. I can't do it. Where do I even start? And then you do nothing.
Right. And doing nothing is the biggest enemy of progress. Small goals fight that feeling. They say, start here. Do this small thing. You can do it. So remember, dreams are beautiful and important. But goals are what actually move you forward. Dreams inspire you. Goals change your life.
Perfect. So in this first section, we learned that a big dream is vague and far away, while a small goal is specific, clear, and has a time attached to it. We also learned the three-part formula: what, how much, and when. And we learned that small goals give us energy and fight the feeling of being overwhelmed. Keep those ideas in your mind. We're going to build on them right now.
Now let's talk about something called the power of progress. This is connected to small goals, and it's one of the most important ideas in this whole episode. The idea is this: seeing progress, even tiny progress, is one of the strongest motivations in the world. When we see that we are moving forward, even a little bit, we want to keep going.
There's a beautiful English expression for this: small wins add up. It means that small victories, small achievements, small moments of success, over time, they become something big. Like drops of water filling a bucket. One drop doesn't seem like much, but thousands of drops fill the whole bucket. That's how small goals work.
I want to share a personal example. When I was learning to cook, I had this big dream. I wanted to make amazing dinners for my friends and family. But every time I tried something complicated, it went wrong. I burned things, I added too much salt, I felt terrible. So I changed my approach. I set small goals. First goal: learn to make perfect scrambled eggs. Just eggs, that's it. And when I did it, perfectly for the first time, I felt so proud. Then I moved to the next small goal.
I love that story. And it works the same way with English, doesn't it? If your goal is speak perfect English, that's so big and so far away that it's hard to feel progress. But if your goal is have a 2-minute conversation in English today, that's something you can actually do. And when you do it, you feel the progress. That feeling is fuel. It keeps you going.
Let's compare formal and informal ways to talk about goals. In a more formal situation, you might say, my objective is to improve my English proficiency by the end of the year. That sounds professional. But in a casual conversation with a friend, you'd probably say, I really want to get better at English this year, so I'm trying to practice a little bit every day. Same idea, different style. Both are correct. It just depends on the situation.
Here's a quick tip for you. When you set a small goal, write it down. There's something powerful about writing a goal on paper, or even in your phone. Studies show that people who write down their goals are much more likely to achieve them. So here's your practice task. Today, after this episode, write down 3 small goals for your English learning this week. First, one thing you will read. Second, one thing you will listen to. Third, one thing you will say or write. 3 small goals. That's it. Write them in the comments below, too. We'd love to see them.
Yes, and don't make them too hard. Remember, the goal is to win. You want to set goals that are a little challenging, but still possible. If you win every day, even with small things, you build a habit of winning. And that habit is incredibly powerful. The size of the goal isn't what matters. The habit of achieving is what matters.
Beautifully said. So let's review this section. we talked about the power of progress, the idea that even small wins give us motivation to keep going. We learned the expression, small wins add up. We compared formal and informal ways to talk about goals. And we practiced the idea of writing down 3 small goals. Progress is fuel. Keep feeding that fire, one small goal at a time.
Okay, so now let's get really practical. Let's talk about how to actually break a big dream into small goals. Because knowing that you should do it is one thing, but knowing how to do it is even better. And this is a skill you can use in every area of your life: English learning, fitness, your career, your relationships, everything.
The process is actually quite simple, and I'll walk you through it step by step. First, you write down your big dream. Be honest. What do you really want? Don't be shy. Write the big, beautiful dream. For example, I want to speak English confidently in any situation. Great. That's your dream. Now it's on paper. Now let's make it real.
Second step, you ask yourself, what does this look like in 1 year? Not perfect, just better. Maybe in 1 year, you want to be able to have a full conversation about your work or your hobbies in English. Okay, that's your 1-year goal. It's still big, but it's a little closer, a little more specific. Now we keep going smaller.
Third step. What does this look like in 1 month? In 1 month, maybe you want to learn vocabulary for talking about your job in English. Or maybe you want to be comfortable with past tense storytelling. That's your 1-month goal. Getting smaller, getting clearer. Are you following along?
And the fourth step, what can you do today? Right now, today. That's your small goal. Maybe today you learn 5 vocabulary words for your job. Maybe today you tell 1 story about your weekend in English, out loud, just to yourself in the mirror. Maybe today you write 2 sentences in English in a journal. Whatever it is, it's connected to your dream. It's a real step toward that mountaintop.
I want to give you some tips for making this easier. First, be specific with numbers. Don't say some or a little. Say 5 words, 10 minutes, 2 sentences. Numbers make goals real. Second, connect your goal to a time and place. Instead of, I'll practice English later, say, I'll practice English at 8 p.m. after dinner at my desk. The more specific you are, the more likely you are to actually do it.
And here's something important for your tone and your attitude. Be kind to yourself. If you miss a day, if you don't hit your small goal one time, that's completely okay. Don't say, I failed, I'm terrible, I give up. Say, I missed 1 day. Tomorrow I start again. That's the attitude of someone who actually achieves their dreams. Be your own best coach, not your own worst critic.
Can you say that out loud right now? Say, I missed 1 day. Tomorrow I start again. Seriously, say it out loud. Speaking English out loud, even at home alone, is one of the best things you can do for your fluency. And those words are true. 1 missed day is nothing. 1 missed day is just 1 missed day. So we've now covered the 4-step process: dream, 1-year goal, 1-month goal, today's goal. Use this process and you will always know exactly what to do next.
All right, it's time for one of my favorite parts of the episode: common mistakes. And honestly, Gatcrux and I have made all of these mistakes ourselves, so don't feel embarrassed if you recognize yourself in any of these. We've all been there. These are the 4 most common mistakes people make with goals.
Mistake number 1, making goals too big, too fast. This is when someone says, I will speak perfect English in 1 month. That's not a goal, that's a wish. A realistic goal for 1 month might be, I will learn 150 new words this month. Or, I will finish one English audiobook this month. See the difference? The mistake is dreaming when you should be planning. The fix is to make it smaller and more specific.
Mistake number 2. Having a goal, but no system. A system means the daily habits that support your goal. For example, if your goal is to read more English, your system is, every morning I open an English article with my coffee. The goal tells you where you want to go. The system is what actually gets you there. Without a system, a goal is just a nice idea that you forget about by Wednesday.
Mistake number 3. Comparing your progress to other people. This one is so common, and social media makes it so much worse. You see someone online who speaks English perfectly, and you think, I'll never be that good. But you don't know their story. You don't know how many years they practiced. You don't know how many mistakes they made. Compare yourself only to who you were yesterday. Are you better than yesterday? Then you're winning.
And mistake number 4. Waiting until you feel ready. Here's a hard truth. You will never feel completely ready. There will always be a reason to wait. I'll start next Monday. I'll start when I have more time. I'll start when I feel more confident. But confidence doesn't come before action. It comes after. You become confident by doing things, even when you're scared. So don't wait. Start small. Start today.
Let's do a quick practice. I'll say a sentence, and you decide if it's a good goal or a mistake. Ready? Sentence 1. I will be fluent in English next month. Is that a good goal? No, it's too big and too vague. Better version. I will practice English listening for 20 minutes every day this month. Sentence 2. I will write one English diary entry every Sunday evening. Is that a good goal? Yes. Specific, realistic, with a time and a day. You've got this. You're not making these mistakes anymore.
And remember, mistakes are not failures. They're information. Every mistake tells you something. This approach isn't working. Let me try a different one. The people who achieve their goals aren't the ones who never make mistakes. They're the ones who keep adjusting and keep going. You are one of those people. I really believe that.
Absolutely. You've been listening and learning this whole episode. That tells us something important about you. You're committed. You're curious. You're the kind of person who achieves their goals. So take those 4 mistakes, avoid them, and watch what happens. You're going to be amazed at what you can do with small, consistent steps.